Hi guys, something disgusting about what's happening following Dominic Raab's resignation is that the worst people in politics are bending over backwards to defend him. They're claiming that civil servants are lazy and snowflakey, people who are overpaid and underworked. The Express newspaper is selling the narrative that Raab was forced out when he was just trying to make Britain better. But for people who are not perhaps that familiar with Dominic Raab, here is a clip of him talking about food banks back in 2017. Have a listen.
Typical user of food bank is not someone that's languishing in poverty, it's someone who has a cash flow problem episodically. No, it's true. Well, that is what the Trussell Trust data says.
It's not what they say, Dominic.
It is what
I go to food banks
Sorry,
all the time.
no.
The Trussell Trust
can I
would be
finish the point?
outraged by you saying
No,
that.
they wouldn't.
Outraged. Just to clarify, Dominic, you're telling the country here in this programme that the Trussell Trust, who deal with poverty, told you personally that the problem with food banks wasn't people who are on the breadline, but people are having cash flow problems. I'm dying to hear from them when they hear that you've said that.
Can you just wait? What they do is they keep data that they update quarterly and then annually on the reason people are coming to their food banks, and that is what I'm citing.
Not my experience of food banks.
Well, go and read the data rather than shooting it off the...
Okay, so two things to say about this. First of all, the idea that people are going to food banks because they have cash flow problems. What a stupid statement. But it shows the disconnect from reality that Dominic Raab lives in. He lives in a bubble, disconnected from reality, the reality people are going through. And of course, the situation has got much worse since 2017. Now, unfortunately, I have to defend Dominic Raab slightly here. He didn't say that he was told personally. He was saying that he was looking at the data, and the data presented this. He came to his own conclusion following the data. So when he was pushed back, when he received some pushback from John McNichol, the SNP MP. But notice his response to a peer, somebody on his level. Arrogance. Stop shooting your mouth off. Look at the data. He's made a fool of himself in front of a peer, somebody on his level, and his response is arrogance. He's not like, oh, actually, I said something really stupid. Maybe I should just keep quiet for the rest of this interview or whatever, this discussion that's taking place. No, his response is arrogance to somebody on his level. Now, the problem within the context of today is that he resigned over bullying. So if he's arrogant, an arrogant piece of crap, when he's speaking to somebody on his level, can you imagine what he's like to people who are below him? Civil servants, people who are his staff, interns, people like this. What do you expect him to be like? He's made a fool of himself, and he doesn't have the intelligence to take a step back and go, actually, I made a stupid statement. People go to food banks because they have cash flow problems. Once again, the context here is really important. You have a minister, a secretary of state, making a fool of himself and not having the intelligence to shut up and actually listen to people. If he's not listening to people on his level, what makes you think that he would listen to civil servants? People who are, in a sense, his employees. It's good that he's gone. I hope that he goes to the backbenches. I hope that he is kicked out at the next election. Probably he will. He will. He's a disgrace, and he's not going to resign. Unfortunately, as an MP, he'll try and cling on. But this is just one example of the arrogance of Dominic Raab. And as I said, if he's arrogant, on a level where he's been confronted by somebody on his level, can you just imagine for a moment what he's like with people who are below him, pointing out that he's making a fool of himself? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.